everybody, this is Julissa. Thank you so much everybody for coming back to my channel. Thank you so much to everybody who's listening right now in the podcast. Today is Wednesday, May 28, 2025. I wanted to come and share this story, you guys. Let me give you a trigger warning before I do the introduction, because this is another sad story and it's about your life changing at any moment, right? Before I continue, I want to say thank you to everybody who is listening using Spotify and follow me on Spotify. Don't forget to do so. And of course, thank you so much to everybody who is watching this video right now on YouTube. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, okay? I came, I think it was yesterday, and shared with you guys what happened on Randall's Island in New York City about that man being attacked. Just on a normal day for her, just returning home from work, right? And she gets attacked, and right now she's fighting for her life. Now I'm gonna talk to you guys about a young person. She's just 22 years old, just graduated. She graduated, probably top of her class, right? And I'm gonna give you the details. Graduated, top of her class, goes on vacation to celebrate, goes out to celebrate, and she has lost both her legs on a freak accident in a boat, right? So imagine that, right? Your life can change at any moment. In this case, thanks be to God that she's alive, right? I know, she's gonna go through so many surgeries, but a lot of people, it's just your life switches so fast. I mean, for everybody, right? Anything can happen. That's what I always say to people. Anything can happen. The only sure thing that we have, guys, is our relationship with Jesus Christ. That's why you have to prioritize that. Have a relationship with Jesus Christ. This is why I do what I do. We do so many plannings in life, and nothing wrong with being organized and things like that. And of course, nothing wrong with that. But you always have to remember, anything can happen. And sometimes, when you see young people, obviously I'm not speaking about her, when you see young people that you perhaps in your past, right? I grew up in a Christian family, but sometimes I will invite people from school, right? And they're like, oh, that's for old people. I'm not gonna go to church. I'm not gonna read the Bible. That's for old people. That's what they will say. They say things like, I'm too young for that. Really, there is no limit. The moment is now. If you have a moment, if you're alive, that is the moment that you should be seeking the Lord. If we are in this earth, there is no in 10 years maybe I'll start reading the Bible. It doesn't work like that. Just as we don't know when we're gonna come into the world, right? When we're gonna be born, we don't know when our last day is gonna be. So that's why you have to always prioritize a relationship with Jesus Christ. Have accepted Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, right? Get baptized. Try to be in this communion on a daily basis, praying with the Lord, right? I always say to people, the best inheritance that my family gave me is to put me in the path of the Lord, right? So many people are like, oh, I want to leave my kids money, I want to leave my kids houses, cars, and things like that. You know who's came into my mind just by saying that? Look what's happening with P. Diddy. You see his family showing up to court, these young kids that he has, right? I'm not trying to throw more stuff at somebody who's already dealing with so much. I'm just saying this is the perfect example of the best thing in life, right, is to have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. So much emphasis is put in material things, right? And nothing wrong with getting nice things. You guys know, I'm a designer. I like things that are nice too. Nothing wrong with that, but that shouldn't be our idol, okay? Like the Bible says, all of that is gonna be cast into the oven. And what I was saying about P. Diddy is seeing the family showing up to hear the testimonies of abuse victims by their own dad. All that money that they have was made, I don't want to go, it's not about this episode, it's not about him, but it's just so sad to see that the kids have to listen to that too. And it's not looking good for him right now. And it's just, I don't even know what's gonna happen with that, but that's what I said to you guys. The best inheritance my family gave me growing up is to instruct me in the path of the Lord. And like I said, your life can change at any moment. Let me read to you briefly what happened in this case, okay? Tourist who lost her legs in a freak boating accident does not yet know full extent of her injuries due to being heavy sedated. So she's not even aware right now that she lost both of her legs. I'm sure for her loved ones, it must be so sad, how can you break a news like that to a loved one, right? It's so sad. And she's heavily sedated because of all the surgeries that she has to undergo, right? Hannah Smith, 22 years old, was on vacation in the Bahamas celebrating her college graduation when she fell off a boat and was dragged into the propeller on May 12th, okay? So, yes, I think that was Mother's Day, right? That weekend of Mother's Day. Right now, it's the season of graduation, right? Chapters ending, chapters beginning in life, right? You see how we are in the graduation season because even if you're not in school, you see it in the stores, you see in the commercials, everybody's talking about it. There's a lot of graduations happening right now, right? And people celebrate by, maybe your parents will buy you a trip to go celebrate, right? Or you just waiting on vacation, to be done with school, to go on vacation, to enjoy your time after working so hard on finals and things like this. And she goes on May 12th to celebrate to the Bahamas on a graduation trip. She's on a boat enjoying the Caribbean, right? And she falls off the boat and she loses both her legs. That is so sad, you guys, so tragic. And the parents were the ones who said that they don't know right now, that she doesn't know right now that she lost her legs because she's heavily sedated. And let me read to you more over here. I'm having an issue with the lighting. So strong, excuse me. A recent college graduate lost her legs in a freak boating accident, but doesn't know yet because of her heavy sedation. And the accident occurred on a boat that was docking, and two quick-thinking passengers reportedly pulled the Tennessee native out of the water and began applying pressure to her partially severe legs. Hannah was rushed to a local hospital and was airlifted to a Miami medical center for serious surgeries. In an interview, the parents said she's under heavy sedation, like I just told you guys, and they have not even discussed yet the accident with her. The mom says she's still in intensive care, but she's conscious, but she's not in surgery. She definitely knows we're here to support her, and she was happy when she regained conscious that we were all there with her. We're trying to keep her spirits up, right? She's in a lot of pain. We're trying to practice technique to distract her from it, encourage her to just keep her pushing forward. The family is also looking for the two strangers who took a quick action and pulled her out of the water on the day of the accident. The mom, I think somebody says, I was a nurse and a firefighter. They didn't know each other, but they were straight in there, focusing and applying pressure. I would just want to thank them. I would love to be able to talk to them because they allowed Hannah to make it to the hospital. And that's what I was telling you earlier. Like, at least she's alive, right? I know what happened to her is extremely tragic. She's just 22, just out of, just graduating college, basically, what people say, starting her life, right? Her adult life, I guess you can say, or a new chapter in her life, right? Excuse me. And now this happened to her, right? So thanks be to God that there were people there that were able to understand what happened to her and not be afraid, because some people get afraid. People always say that if you experience an accident, or you witness, an accident, don't touch the patient. Make sure you don't do this, you don't move them, right? I hear that a lot, that people say. But these two people were able to take quick action, pull her out of the water, and immediately added pressure to the injury, so she was able to make it to the hospital, right? So the family is looking for them to give them the thanks, in person. So also, what I wanted to come and share with you guys is that the family had created a GoFundMe, and a GoFundMe was created by her older sister, Rachel Smith, to help Hannah extensive medical costs, and she said that the family is facing the unimaginable. She wrote, "Through the grace of God, she's still with us." That's what I was saying too. But the road ahead is long, filled with surgery, recovery, and overwhelming medical costs. And you have to keep in mind too, she just graduated college. So you know what comes with that, right? You have a degree in one hand, and the other hand comes, the debt. I mean, I don't know if she had a scholarship, nothing like that. I don't know that, but usually that's how it goes, right? So always think about that. She says that her older sister says she went to describe her as a light and love, and she wrote, "Our little sister is nothing short of a headache, but we wouldn't want her any other way." The sister said, "She's literally the stronger of all of us," adding that Hannah is a gym rat. "We're praying to continue to be the strongest in the life for your life, your dreams and aspiration. The body accident will not define your life," she wrote for her sister. "We need you to have many more birthdays and holidays, more life experiences. We love you endlessly." That's what the sister said. So right now, I'm gonna share the GoFundMe, you guys. I was just reading what they wrote, so I'm gonna share the GoFundMe. Of course, with the GoFundMe you can share it, right? If you want to help by just even sharing the campaign on your social media platform, that helps. You can also donate if you feel led to. When it comes to something like this, you guys know that any little thing that you can donate will help tremendously. And also, you can also help by praying for her, praying for her family. Thank you so much. I'm looking for my controller, excuse me. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming back to my channel. Thank you to everybody who's listening in the podcast. Have a good day, everybody. God bless. This is Julissa. Thank you so much for coming to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video. Have a good day, everybody. God bless.